Hi Capricorn, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot readings from the heart. We're going to do your week ahead reading the 17th to the 23rd of June 2019. Let's get started, guys. Okay, so we are using, let me just have a look at the spread that I'm doing. Actually, there it is. I always have to remind myself of this spread because it's a relatively new one. I only started about a couple of weeks ago or so. So let me just get these on here like so. Alright, hopefully it doesn't fold down. Excuse me one moment, sorry about this guys, I'm just trying to get this piece of paper to stand up straight so I can look at it. Okay, yeah, that's better. Alright, so we know that we do the reading in 3 levels. First level is looking at your current self during this week, along with the theme of the week and also your key goal for the week. For that, we're going to use one of my newest decks, which is the... we're actually going to use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Paving. Definitely one of my most favourite decks of all time. It's just an incredible. I'm just going to oil my hands because they're looking a bit crusty on the screen. It's tricky. I always have very, very dry hands. And I'm always having to get some cream out and oil them. Especially when I come out of the shower, they're just extraordinarily dry. And I do use creams and stuff like that, like any other woman does, I guess, to be smelling all good and stuff. Anyway, just putting some cream on there so my hands don't look too crusty. Let's carry on. So, yeah, this is definitely an amazing deck. So, as you've seen before, it's the big card. So we're going to use that for the first layer of the reading. And then for the second layer of the reading, Caps, we're going to use for your obstacles to overcome through the week, your major accomplishment, and also what you need to avoid through the week. We're going to be using the Spirit Within Tarot deck by Stephen Bright. This is just a really good deck. It's beautiful. The way that he's just kind of put this together. I love the minimalist look. I've got a lot of sort of minimalist decks lately, and I love the way that they just allow you to infuse your own kind of, idea of what people look like and that type of thing on the card. So this is amazing. We're going to use that for the second level. Third level of the reading, guys, we are using my good old Maca. Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. Just an incredible deck. Really, really good. Just, this is... When I started doing tarot about 5 years ago, this was the very first deck I ever bought. And I've got bought about 4 or... This is the latest one that I'd actually bought about a couple of years ago or something like that. But I've seen how it's kind of changed through first being just in a box to being in this lovely kind of caskety type of thing, which is great. So we're going to use this deck for your third layer, which is looking at what you need to embrace for the week, Capricorn, and where you can find support. And then finally, what we're going to look at, Capricorn, in terms of the reading, is the advice and encouragement that you're going to have this week. Spiritual advice and encouragement from the Answer is Simple cards by Sonia Chaquette. Just a phenomenal deck. Really, really good. Love this deck, this Oracle deck. And the advice it gives is so apt. It's unbelievable. So we're going to use that. And then afterwards we have a 15 card reading looking at love, finance and anything else coming in. Alright, so with that being said, let's just start shuffling and let's see what the universe has to say. You really literally need muscles to kind of shuffle this everyday enchanted tarot deck. Universe Spirit, show me who Capricorn is. Who are they week commencing 17th to the 23rd of June 2019. Show me. Okay, so we're going to put down our first card there, like so. And can you show me the theme of the week? What will be the theme of the week for Capricorn? Okay, there we go. I wonder if that's 1 or 2. That's 1 card, isn't it? And can you show me, please, universe? Also, that you can't really see that, can you? Just pull these up a little bit here. I might have to do a little bit of hickory pokery with this, because I'm recording this week from the iPad Pro instead of the HD camera. I prefer the way that things look on the iPad on the HD camera, but this is just for kind of convenience sake. Can you show me, universe, what is it that Cappies need to what is the key goal for Capricorn this week? Okay, so there we go. We've got our 3 cards down like so. We're going to put that to the corner. I'm wondering if I should just try and bring that back a little bit like so. That's better, just so we know that we've got enough. Just going to try and bring, there we go. See if I can bring that back a little bit. I need to see to make sure that you guys get to Okay, maybe if I bring this in like this. Sorry about this, guys. It's just that I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get everything on. I think I need to lift it up, actually. There we go. That's better. Right. I think let's just move this along here as well. You're probably thinking, bloody hell, Carol, get on with the reading. Sorry, guys. It's just that I'm a bit of a perfectionist and the cards did, you know, we need to be able to see everything. Let's use the second deck then. And Universe Spirit, can you show me for Capricorn, what is the obstacle that they'll need to overcome this week? What is the obstacle in one card from the top of the deck that Capricorn will need to overcome this week in one card? Okay. And can you show me, Universe, what is the major accomplishment for Capricorn this week? One card, please. And can you show me, please, Universe, what is it they need to avoid this week as well, please? Okay. There we go. And can you show me what Capricorn needs to embrace this week? What does Capricorn need to embrace this week? What does Capricorn need to embrace this week? One card. Okay. And where can they find support if they need support this week? Okay, that's fine. And can you show me, please, Universe? What am I doing? I'm using the wrong deck there. Oh, that's it. I thought there was a deck missing. I didn't unbox this one, actually. Everything else is unboxed. Right, so using the Oracle cards. Universe Spirit, through the Answer is Simple deck, can you show me the Oracle deck? Can you show me what's your spiritual advice for the week for Capricorn in one card? Okay, there we go. All down, let's get to it. Time is drudging on. Right, so Capricorn, we're going to have a look at who you are during the week, okay? So who is Capricorn? Capricorn, you are this. You are the Hierophant. Yeah, you're the Hierophant reversed. Wow, why are you the Hierophant reversed? Well, you know, it's not a bad thing. I think he's just doing things your own way this week. With the Hierophant reversed, okay? Because when you're the Hierophant reversed, you're doing things in a very kind of... When you're in this mode, you're doing things in a very traditional way. So you're doing things, you know, you're abiding by the law, you're abiding by the rules, you're doing things, for example... I'm just trying to think of an example I can use with the Hierophant in the upright, for example. For example, getting married. A lot of women take husband names. You know, you'll get married. My name is Carol Thomas. If I ever got married and I, you know, say that the guy's name was Mr. Burns or something like that, I would take on, you know, traditionally it would be Carol Burns. So my surname would change to Carol Burns. But if I don't want to be traditional, I want to be the Hierophant reverse. I want to break away from kind of this old kind of idea, this old archaic idea that women must be subservient to men and women must kind of take, because men are obviously higher than women. I'm being sarcastic here, okay? I'm being sarcastic. For any American viewers that don't understand British sarcasm, it's being sarcastic. What I'm saying is, because it's obvious, oh yeah, men are actually, you know, more powerful than women, we have to take their names. Well, if I do the Hierophant in the reverse, I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to be saying, well, no, I'm breaking away from that old set of tradition where I'm taking the partner's name, and probably I'm going to use both our names, which I think a lot of women do these days anyway. I'm going to use my name, Mrs. Carol Thomas, you know, Burns, Burns. Do you see what I mean? So I'm just kind of stepping outside of the norm, and I do think that some of you guys are stepping outside of the norm. And I think with the Hierophant reverse, I mean, we don't need to be radical with this, you know, you're not doing protests and shit like that, but I certainly feel that you're stepping outside of the norm and you're doing things how you see it, and you're doing things in your own way. And you're, for some of you guys, when you guys show us Hierophant reverse, I get the impression here, Capricorn, that you're kind of very unapologetic about that as well. Let's have a look at what the theme of the week is. Yeah, Judgment. So, you know, Judgment, tricky card in a way. Theme of the week is all about kind of, you know, following your calling. So it's all about following the signs with the Hierophant energy. It's all about releasing yourself. Remember, it's ruled by Pluto, planet of death and transformation. So there's a transformation, but it's huge because you've got two major cards coming in here. One way it's saying that you're doing something very different to how you've done it. Okay, some of you guys might be getting divorced with the Hierophant in the reversed. Some of you guys might be deciding, you know what, actually, I've been in this job for 10 years and I want to break away from this, the norms and the, you know, the conditions of where I am. Maybe some of you guys are saying to you, I mean, the Hierophant reversed. Remember the Hierophant and the word religion, Capricorn. Religion isn't just about God or Allah or, you know, any other religious figure. When we talk about religion, a religion is what you do consistently. So I might religiously, of a Friday night, which I don't, but I'm giving you an example of what could happen. I could religiously, of a Friday night, make a glass of wine, have a glass of wine, and paint my nails. Religiously, and watch, you know, trash TV. For example, The Housewives of Atlanta or something like that. I just finished watching that, actually. Boy, those women are interesting. But yeah, you know, I could do that. Do you see what I mean? That's something that you would do religiously. So when we talk about the word religion, it's something that you consistently do. It's something that you're committed to doing. It doesn't have to be necessarily religious. You just religiously, you know, doing something over and over and over again. The Hierophant in the reverse is kind of like the Tower reverse. You're breaking, not the Tower reverse, it's kind of like the Tower in the upright. If you're showing us, in a way, being the Hierophant reverse, you're kind of bucking bucking those standards, those norms and those values of societies, and you're doing things very differently, because the theme of the week might be, for some of you guys, judgment. Some of you guys making a very important, life-changing decision here. Some of you guys might be leaving a job you've been in for 15 years because you say, actually, I want to be a writer. My calling is to write. My calling is to be a painter or be creative, and I can't do that in an environment where I just feel that I can't flourish, or I can't express my creativity, or, you know, I just can't live the life that I think I was put on earth to do. So I just think that you're doing something differently here. As I say, it might be that there's divorces going on this week, for example. Maybe a judgment has come through. Finally, maybe the decree absolute has come through with the judgment energy. Do you see what I'm coming from? But there's a change here with the judgment energy. You're being released from something, and you're now following this new path, this new trajectory, I think, for some of you Capricorns, and you're breaking away from something you've been committed to, and something that has been very much a norm within your life, probably for quite a long time. What is your goal this week? The Knight of Wands. To move forward, to pursue your passion, to have a lot of laughter and a lot of joy, to go out and have fun. Knight of Wands. Some of you guys, it might be your goal to book a holiday with the Knight of Wands energy this week. Some of you guys, it might be that you're, especially if you're kind of breaking away from a marriage, or it doesn't have to be necessarily be a marriage, Capricorn, but it'll be something that you've been in for a while. And that Knight of Wands will be, woohoo, yay, I'm free, hey, I'm out of it. Now, what am I going to do? Right, I think I'll travel across Europe, and, you know, I've just had my, divorce settlement come through with the Judgment card, and, you know, I think I'm going to go traveling, and I think I'm going to, you know, go and visit a few places, and I think I'm going to go and see my aunt in this part of the country, or my uncle in this part of the country, you know, because he's free. He's a freedom fighter, he's a freedom seeker, he's the Knight of Wands. So your goal this week, Capricorn, will be just to go out and just, you know, experience freedom, because somehow some of you guys are releasing something here, something you've been attached to for quite a while. Whatever that is, whether it's a long-term relationship, marriage, or a job, or you're seeing things very differently, and it's freeing you, I think, this week, Capricorn. What are the obstacles you need to overcome this week? So you need to overcome the Seven of Swords, the obstacle of the Seven of Swords. Well, it could be a person, because especially if you're, you know, if this area here doesn't, not all of the reading has to tie in with these areas. I'm just linking cards up if I think it makes sense to do that. But the Seven of Swords might be somebody who's underhanded, somebody who is tricky. They call the Seven of Swords a trickster. So perhaps this week some of you guys really need to overcome the obstacle of somebody here who's trying to, and I think if this was somebody who was involved in this, they don't want you to have your freedom, Capricorn. So you need to avoid this person, because they'll pull every single trick in the book to try and keep you back or keep you where you are. They don't want you to have your freedom. Overcoming the obstacle of the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is also about being resourceful and being clever and being cunning, being one step ahead and holding on as well. All sevens represent to hold on to things. So when you're doing the Seven of Swords, you're like a Nine of Wands, you know, you're holding on to something. So you need to overcome the obstacle of, I think for some of you guys, needing to be resourceful, needing to be cunning. The obstacle for some of you guys might also be in terms of escaping from a situation. Because even though what I'm seeing here is that you guys are ready to kind of break away from something that you've been in for quite some time, and it's all about a judgment that's come through, or you've made this judgment, or you feel that it's time with the judgment energy to do this. You've got, you know, you've heard your calling, that type of thing, and your goal is to have freedom, maybe to move home with the Knight of Wands, to go on holiday with the Knight of Wands, to explore new experiences with the Knight of Wands, just to have fun and laugh and all the rest of it. It might be that the obstacle that you need to overcome is, I think that this might be, this ties in with this area, is it's all about strategizing how you're going to do that, because the Seven of Swords is a card about strategy. Do you see what I mean? He treads very carefully, and the reason that he's got away with 5 swords out of 7 is because before he did this, he planned how he was going to do it. He didn't just do it ad hoc, because usually on the 7 of Swords, what you usually find is that this person is running away in the midst of a group of people, and these people are seeing him, but he's doing it so barefaced, Lee, that he's kind of like, he's already planned it. He's already said, right. It's just like somebody who goes, thieving in shops, and they'll walk out in broad daylight with the cameras on them with bags filled with stuff, and they won't be detected. They've got a way where they're saying, yeah, this is almost like the magician card. So it's all about pulling a trick and pulling an illusion. This person who goes into a shop and steals will be like, well, I'm going to be able to get away with that because I'm just going to make it look like, like it's normal. And somehow they're able to blindside people and get them to think, this person's not stealing this. And they walk out of the shop with bags of stuff. They know how to take tags of clothes so they're not so they go undetected, and alarms don't go off and that type of thing. And that's your 7 of Swords. It's all about planning and being strategical. And you need to overcome the obstacle of having, I think, for some of you guys, this could be a person, if it's a person, they're a deceptive individual, they're trying to kind of hold you back. And this could be deception in some other way. And for some of you guys, the obstacle that you need to overcome is your own, because the 7s represent loneliness as well. They represent a personal journey. So some of you guys, it might also be with the 7 of Swords. You need to overcome the obstacle of strategizing, working out your own strategy, especially if your goal is to have this. This could be like your plans this week are to take a holiday. Well, with the 7 of Swords, it might be, well, how am I going to do it? And the planning might be something about money. I need to plan it. Okay, I'm going to take a holiday, but it might not be anything at all to do with this. Some of you guys might just simply be saying, well, this is the week for planning the next family holiday. But the obstacle you need to overcome is, well, I need to work the strategy out how I'm going to do that with the 7 of Swords, because, money or something like that, or childcare, or, the animal or pet, who's going to look after the animals, who's going to look after the pets, that type of thing. So, for some of you guys, it's a couple of things, really. I think you need to overcome somebody who's deceptive this week for some of you, and for some of you guys, it's your own kind of strategizing, especially in the area of the Knight of Wands and how you're going to achieve that. What do you need to... What's the major accomplishments some of you guys are going to be making this week, Capricorn? Well, money is coming to you. 7 of Coins. Some of you guys, I would say, because the 7 of Coins is all about planting new seeds and watching the results. So this is all about, for example, the 7 of Coins can be where you've put a load of money into an ISA or into some form of an investment plan. Okay, because you want the money to grow. And the 7 of Coins can be where you've put a lot of hard work in. This can also be a new job. So some of you guys, you're accomplishing a new job. But the 7 of Coins job, the problem with the 7 of Coins job, it can be manual work and it can be very, very boring work as well. That's the only thing with the 7 of Coins. So some of you guys, it could be a job that you're accomplishing this week, Capricorn. For some of you guys with the 7 of Coins, if you've put any money into investments, those investments might be rendering a little bit of a nice profit this week, for example, with the 7 of Coins energy. You'll start seeing, results of all of the hard work you've been putting into a situation as well with the 7 of Coins, and you're reaping the benefits, which is what the 7 of Coins is, really reaping the benefits of all your hard work. What is it you need to avoid this week, though, Capricorn? The Star. Could be an Aquarius individual you need to avoid. Could also be someone who, because what you've got to understand with the tarot is, and I'm going to be teaching a course anyway on tarot at some point, but a lot of people don't like the way I read tarot, which is fine. I don't mind. It's okay. But the way that I see the cards is you've got to see the good and the shit in them. The Star card can be as much about hope and, inspiration and dreams and aspirations and manifestation and healing and all of those wonderful, wonderful things. Wishing on a star, all the rest of it, universal alignment, especially when it comes to soulmates, that type of thing with the Star. It's a beautiful card. However, the Star can also be, sometimes it can be aiming too high. So some of you guys need to avoid aiming, or in a way kind of, because some of the cards can kind of, when you really look at them, they can actually kind of remind you of the 7 of Cups in a way, the illusion card. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't set your sights high with the Star energy, but sometimes you can get too involved. Can you see how she's just sitting looking at the star, wishing on a star? That's what she's doing sitting here. So when I look at this figure, I'm looking at somebody who looks like she's just wishing on a star and she's kind of daydreaming a bit. So I get the impression you need to kind of avoid kind of just being in that illusionary mode to a certain extent, and kind of but also, if you look at this card as well, we could read it this way. Can you see the lady sitting there in the star, how far that is? Kind of looking at something like it's out of her reach. Do you see what I mean? So it's almost like she's just sitting and looking at something. She could be doing anything here. She could be saying to herself, you know, oh, look at that star. That's out of my reach. I'm never going to have that. So if we were to turn it around and say, well, maybe you need to avoid negativity this week and thinking that you can't get what you want. So we'll put it like that with the star energy. Even though the star reverse is more than likely going to be that, sometimes when you get these decks, these different decks, and you see the way that the illustrations are drawn, this looks to me that like someone who thinks that the star is out of her reach. So you need to avoid thinking that things are out of your reach this week, Capricorn, because I think that you are more than capable of, you know, achieving what you want. But also the star can be a narcissistic individual as well. All right, because this is somebody who knows that he or she has a lot of followers, a lot of interest. They know that they are held in great esteem. And some of you guys might need to avoid somebody who probably wants to outshine you, for example. Might also be with the star energy, you need to avoid... you might also need to avoid something about communicating with a particular person, because the star can also be a card about technology and communication. Also with the star card, yeah, just avoid somebody who's trying to run game with you. They're trying to run some competition bullshit. They're trying to outshine you. That type of thing. Also possibly an Aquarius. What do you need to embrace this week? Well, the King of Swords, Capricorn. So this could be, if it's a person, it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male, possibly female. Kings or queens can interchange sexes. Some of you guys might need to embrace that you need to get some legal advice, perhaps, with the King of Swords energy showing here. Or this could be a husband or a boyfriend or a brother or just a really important male figure within your life. You might need to embrace common sense, because the King of Swords talks common sense as well. All right, he's very logical and very rational about things. He doesn't get emotionally attached to anything. So you might need to embrace common sense coming from an individual as well. Some of you guys, if you're experiencing somebody who's quite cold, King of Swords can be quite cold, especially romantically, you probably just need to embrace that this is the way that they are. If this is not a person, then you need, and then this is your energy, this is a facet of who you are, Capricorn, you need to embrace the fact that you do know exactly what you're doing. All right, you also need to embrace that whatever ideas you have formed, remember kings are rooted in earth, so this is all about the formation of an idea, and once you form the idea, you're actually going to put it out there and do something about it. So I think that you also, if this is just an energy, you need to kind of embrace that whatever ideas you've started to kind of form, you really need to start doing something about it. So if the idea formed is to say, actually, I could do with a break and I want to go and travel, maybe you need not let kind of the fear of kind of not knowing how you're going to do it to stand in the way. You know, you need to kind of overcome that strategical obstacle showing up there. Where can you find support if you need it? From the Two of Cups, some of you guys, it will be the person that you're in a relationship with. Some of you guys, it will be a really close relative with the Two of Cups. Some of you guys, it will be a really close friend with the Two of Cups energy showing here. It will be somebody that you're in a very strong partnership with. And what is the final guidance? What is your spiritual guidance this week? Right, speak with love. Hope you can see that. Speak with love is what the card is saying. Okay, if you can't say anything good, don't say it at all. But I also feel that with the speak with love, sometimes what happens, and I'm sorry about the colouring on that slightly, sometimes what happens is that we have this thing called negative self-speak. And especially when it says here that you need to avoid the star, what kind of, because I don't just read kind of, you know, if you want to go into tarot and you just want to read generically, because you look at the star and say, oh yeah, that's a card about, you know, hope and faith and good stuff. It's not always that card. It's not always that card, even in the upright, really, seriously. You want to, the way that I think that tarot needs to be, from my perspective, is that, especially if you're going to use pictured cards, you need to be looking at what they're saying. What is the figure? Because the figures sometimes, for example, on the Spellcasters Tarot, I put out a video, I think, last week on Harry and Meghan, and I was being, what I felt was just completely kind of detached, emotionally detached from everything. That's how I always read. I never get emotionally involved in anything at all with tarot, whether I'm reading on, you know, YouTube or whether I'm reading for my private clients. I'm always just a blank space, because if you get attached to a situation, whether you like it or not, you are going to put some of your feelings into those cards, and they're going to show, and they're going to come out, and you're going to give the client wrong information, and you're going to give the people that you're reading for on YouTube the wrong information as well, especially if you're really emotional about something. So I put out a reading that was not received very well. It was taken down the next morning because I couldn't believe the abuse I was getting from people, even though I was just trying to say that it looked to me like Harry and Meghan were going through a phase where she felt that she didn't trust him in the reading and that he was getting tired of it. But it was the moon card show, so I knew a lot of it was to do with that she's just had baby Archie, and that her emotions as pregnant women, they've just had children, they're completely up and down. And that I felt that Harry, whilst he loves his son very much, so he might have that thing where, you know, he's Harry, everybody's a different personality, so he might feel at the same time that whilst he's got his son and he's helping to look after the son, he also kind of wants to do the same things that he's done before, you know, be out with, you know, out and about doing stuff, whatever it is. And I was being just completely logical about the whole thing, and just the amount of grief and bitching and nasty. Oh, I'm going to subscribe to your channel and I never knew you could be so nasty. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is this? All I thought to myself was, this is crazy shit. I never knew that people, I mean, Harry and Meghan more than likely don't watch YouTube. They don't give a shit what's on there. But I think that what happened there is that people got the wrong end of the stick. I said something at the beginning of the reading where I was making fun. I was using the British bit of sarcasm, and they must have heard it in a different way to the way that I was trying to explain the reading. But before that reading happened, what I'm trying to say is with the cards is that I used the Spellcaster's Tarot just to ask, you know, what type of day would I have the next day? And it showed me 5 of Cups from that deck, which shows somebody who's deleting something or throwing something completely away. Then it showed me the Page of Coins, and that Page of Coins is using his coin as a shield, and he's kind of like got a face on him. He's always looking towards I think it's the left or the right, one of them. Whatever is in front of his face, he's shielding himself from. What I had to the right of that card, or something like that, the 5 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands shows 5 boys with blindfolds on, just bashing away at this beehive, not knowing what they're bashing away at, but they're not seeing things clearly. And I was obviously the Page of Coins in that reading, with my shield saying, hell no, I'm getting out of here, because these people are like bashing away at nothing. And the universe was trying to tell me, the people that are putting you down for the video, you're going to kind of, with the 5 of Cups, it told me you're going to delete the video. Page of Coins, you're going to kind of protect yourself, Carol, from people who are just bashing away and arguing over fucking nothing because they're not seeing what you're telling them and not seeing what you're saying in the reading. They're just jumping to a conclusion and making all of these... I just deleted it. I just thought, what the hell is this? I'd never known any type of... It was almost like I was dealing with a pack of wolves, or I was dealing with a whole host of zombies who had died and then woken up again as zombies, like they weren't themselves. It was crazy. And that's what I'm trying to say about tarot. What you think you read in these books is not always what those cards can mean. They can mean one thing or the other. It depends on how you see those cards and what your eyes are drawn to. And the reading, the night before when all that happened, and I saw that and I was like, what's that? It looks like I'm getting rid of something. It looks like I'm protecting myself from a group. And the next morning I woke up to a whole heap of abuse on my comments. And that was what the reading was telling me would happen. It happened exactly the next day as I saw it, the night before. So all I'm trying to say is the Star, whilst it is a card of positivity, of course it is, this woman, you know, she can either be sitting back and looking at the star and saying, oh, you know, and praying and meditating, or she can be looking and saying, oh, I don't know whether I'm ever going to have that. And this kind of fits in with this thing here, where this can be, you know, from the way that I can see this person sitting on the card, and I'm in my head I'm thinking, she looks like she could be saying in this, I don't know whether I'm ever going to, this is unreachable, I don't know whether I'm going to have it. Well, this could be a negative self-speak with this star energy, and the universe is saying to the spiritual guidance, just speak everything with love. Everything that you say, Capricorn, this week, the spiritual guidance is say it with love, because it's going to come back tenfold. You know, even if certain things are kind of like, you know, a little bit rare, it shouldn't be. It's a good week for you guys. It really, really is. Just speak with love. You know, they say life and death is in the tongue, you know. It's in what you say. So just speak with positivity and love, okay? You can reach the unreachable star. We'll never get to the stars. We know that. I mean, don't misunderstand me, please. There are stars in the sky. When you go out on a dark night and there are stars, we're never going to reach those stars in the sky. not physically, but mentally, emotionally, psychically, spiritually, you're as close to that star as you possibly can ever be. It's an absolutely stunning reading for the week, and I wish you guys the best this week. Let's have a quick look at the other energies coming in. Sorry, this has been a longer ass reading than I expected. I didn't mean it to go on for so long, guys, so I do apologise. Maybe you'll watch it when you get home from work or something like that. Let's have a looky here. Right. So, let's get these up. Alright, Universe Spirit, just show me in 5 cards any other energies coming in for Capricorn, 17th to the 23rd of June 2019. Show me the other energies coming in for Capricorn, 5 cards. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Actually, I'll put them down this way. There we go. And then for love, showing what energies you see coming in for Capricorn and love in 5 cards for this week. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And show me what energies you see coming in for work and finances this week in 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Right, let's have a look. So, any other stuff coming in? You got that good old 7 of coins again, and they've been put back in and shoveled really well. So, something about money coming through, seeing the results, seeing the fruits of your labours with the 7 of coins energy. Some of you guys payment for hard work, but I definitely see that for some of you guys, you're seeing results here with the 7 of coins showing it. I mean, when I look at him, he looks like he's, can you see he's actually digging up the pentacles? So it's almost like, you know, the food is sprouted, you know, the fruit has now sprouted, and you're claiming something. I think some of you guys might be claiming something this week. But then you do have an 8 of Swords showing up here, all right? So, to be perfectly honest, with the other energies coming in, some of you guys might be restricted from claiming what is yours. Because on this card, he looks like he's claiming the, you know, the results, all of the results for hard work that he's put in. He's finally got access. This is about kind of getting access. Looks like some of you guys are restricted from getting access to something here. Could be some money or something. You might be restricted to getting some restricted access in terms of money possibly this week for some of you guys. King of Coins, could be a bank manager perhaps is doing this, Capricorn. But the Capricorn, King of Coins can actually be you as well. I know that you're actually Taurus, but he can definitely be you. But this could be restricted access to money or something like that. Could be from a King of Coins, could be from a bank or bank manager, that type of thing. 10 of Swords. Okay, I'm not really liking the way that this reading is looking, because the 10 of Swords is all about betrayal, and it's all about kind of mental pressure. It's almost like somebody's pressurizing you here, Capricorn, for some of you guys. 5 of Swords, I don't like those energies, I won't lie. I just don't like 5 of Swords and the 10 of Swords together. Because this looks like a lot of pressure's coming in. And we've got 3 sword cards here, and they're not the best sword cards to get. You've got 1 pentacle showing a person. You've got a card about financial gain. 7 of coins is financial gain. You're not waiting here, you're digging up money. So, you know, something's come to fruition. So this is financial gain. But the Edge of Swords seem to be saying there's restriction concerning financial gain here. It looks to be from somebody within a bank, or somebody who's got access to your money, or maybe this is a partner or something like that. This person is putting pressure on you. I think they want to put pressure on you to back down on something here with the 5 of Swords energy. All right. So I just think that if this happens for some of you Cabbies, just be aware that somebody might be trying to put restrictions or something like that on your cash perhaps this week. So remember, it's general. It's not going to happen for everyone. Please just don't get it twisted. It's a general reading. If your money's fine, if you've got no limited access, because this could be limited. I think this is limited access really to you know, to your own funds as well. This will be your own money. You might have limited access to your own money. Okay, it's almost like somebody's trying to put pressure on you to back down, or to, because the 5 of coins is all about being cast out and having to back down. It's having to bow and cut out to somebody who's stronger. Let's have a look at love. Right, there's a change coming in with the Death card, a transformation coming in. Oh, there's a transformation coming in. I think some of you guys, there's a transformation and somebody might be wanting to commit, or some of you guys are going to get asked out with the Ace of Coins, a proposal. Transformation coming in, receiving a proposal with the Ace of Coins energy, a proposal to go to dinner. Somebody's proposing you go to dinner with them. Somebody's going to ask you out. For some of you Cappies, I see somebody asking you out this week. All right. Oh, this should be a really positive thing, the Sun energy. Oh, nice. Look at those. Oh, my God. What an amazing, amazing... that's just beautiful. Oh, what is that? I wonder. I mean, this can certainly be commitment in a relationship. I do see a transformation. All right, it's not like Ace of Coins and then Death. It's Death and then Ace of Coins. So there's a transformation coming in. This is either somebody proposing to take you out for dinner, a nice meal, perhaps with the world energy. This could be kind of the Sun in the world can also be a holiday. If you look at this person here, he looks like he's about to get all his luggage together, and this looks like it could be somewhere in South Africa or somewhere really warm. So I get the impression that there's a change, a transformation coming in which Capricorn, somebody might be proposing a nice kind of getaway with the Two of Cups and the Sun anywhere energy. It could be somewhere on holiday, somewhere nice, fantastic, and you know, a really kind of exotic place I get with this Sun in the world energy. I also feel that somebody could be proposing that you go out, for example, the Sun. And also this could be marriage as well, or they're proposing something amazing for you. It's almost like some of you guys, your relationships are moving up a notch because you've got the Sun. Sun is all about new beginnings with the Sun energy. It's new positive romance with the Sun energy. And the World card is all about a goal being achieved. It's the epitome of stuff being achieved. So this is amazing. So it's either that I think partners are asking you out, Capricorn, this week, asking you to go on holiday with them or to do something really exotic like going on safari and that type of thing. Or it could be that there's a change coming in. Maybe you felt that somebody didn't like you, but somebody's going to start, you know, going to propose to you. Would you like to go out for a meal somewhere really nice with that Sun, you know, lots of fun and the world energy, just having a really great time. Really nice energies. Really, really, really nice energy, because this can also be a engagement ring. So somebody might be handing you an engagement ring. You might be celebrating an engagement for some of you guys this week. What's your finances looking like and your work? Well, finances can be stable with the Four of Coins, but also the Four of Coins when it comes to finances is making sure that you can save money. All right, Six of Wands. All right, Six of Wands is victory and success when it comes to your finances, with the Six of Wands energy showing up here. I think that you guys have been very successful in saving some money. Page of Coins energy. This can be your bills or paying things in installment, the Page of Coins, or it can be receiving a little bit of money or a check. Queen of Swords, Capricorn. So, Queen of Swords could be an advisor within the tarot, but it can also be seeing things clearly and objectively. I think it might be that you've got a clear objective, because the Queen of Swords is facing into the Page of Coins energy. Let's look at the next one showing up here. But Five of Cups is feeling sad. It's feeling a bit of disappointment. Okay. I think that what's happening here with your finances is some of you guys have successfully saved an amount of money here. But I think that when you really go through the books, because you can see she's sitting at her computer. When you literally go through the books and you're literally looking through your account, you're seeing that maybe you haven't saved up as much, because this is only a small amount of money. So I actually feel that some of you guys think you haven't saved as much as you want to. It's probably leaving you a bit disappointed with the Five of Cups. So I would say with your, this isn't career, I think this is money. I think that you guys have been successful, and you'll find that you're getting there with saving some money this week. But don't be surprised if when you really go through everything that you find actually with the Page of Coins, it's not as much as I thought it would be. And some of you guys are sitting there and you're thinking, oh, what am I going to do about this? But don't worry about it. It's all just planning and strategy. And if you are saving towards something, Capricorn, and you're finding that it's still not the amount that you want it to be, don't worry too much about it, okay? Just work out a strategy and carry on doing what you're doing, because you're doing really well. I think that you're just kind of, I mean, it might be that some of you guys need money, or you need a certain amount by a certain time. But I actually just think that this week, there might be a little bit of disappointment with money, but I really wouldn't take it to heart. Just carry on doing what you're doing. If you aren't saving as much as you want to save by a certain time, then try and find another strategy in which you can do. All right, that is your reading guide for the week. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.